Hello and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast.
This is a show dedicated to helping you become a better organist.
We're your hosts, Vidas
And Ausra Pinkevičienė.
We have over 25 years of experience of playing the organ.
And we've been teaching thousands of organists online from 89 countries since 2011.
So now let's jump in and get started with the podcast for today.
We hope you'll enjoy it.
Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Ausra.
Let's start episode 598 of Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. This question was sent by Vivien and she writes, "Thank you so much for your acknowledgement and interest, Vidas. Next time I will understand better how to enter the amount of money and make it more in line with the quantity and quality of expert help coming from you and Ausra. Lockdown means no church services and so has given me a chance to improve my basic skills instead of being stressed with deadlines. I'm trying to improve my trills and am using a manual piece, meine, Zuversicht, BWV 728. I listened to Wolfgang Stockmeier because I happen to have his CDs, copy him and then record myself. The long trills still sound awkward. But then I found your advice of slow, exact and emphasizing every note, which I've never read before. Feeling optimistic that this could be a breakthrough. Can't believe the way that you understand such detailed problems. Hope that you both are coping well in this crisis. Best regards, Vivien." So, what comes to mind when you read this message?
I remember my way of dealing with trills, actually.
And was it a long time ago?
Yes, it was a long time ago, but actually I struggled with playing trills well for quite a long time. And I think what I had was not so much, as a physical incapacity to play them right, but something in my head that, I was so much afraid of playing trills that when the trill would come, I would get like a muscle spasms or something and could not execute them right.
In long trills, you mean? Or short ones?
Yes, usually in the longer the trill, the bigger the problem was.
For me, the pedal trills are quite complex, or at least I should say was quite complex. Remember the BACH by Liszt, Prelude and Fugue on BACH, and there is this pedal trill towards the end, long one, and then expanding to the next measure and the next measure.
Yes, I remember this piece.
In the last measure, in the last page, I think, I was struggling with it for a long time.
That's funny because, this was one of the easiest pieces that I have played. That sounds really hard. But I don't know, I learned it very fast and it gave me none of the technical difficulties.
Even in the pedals?
Yes, even in the pedals. Because you don't have to play like double trills. To play a trill with your one foot, you just use your both feet and that's it.
I don't remember if it's a double trill in octaves or not.
No.
Mm-hmm. You know what, I always admired your ability to play long trills with 3/4, 3/4, 3/4 finger.
Yes, but I only can do it on the tracker action because on the Hauptwerk, on the plastic keyboard, I cannot do it. I use the 2-3. 3-2.
What's your secret then in playing trills?
Actually, what helped me to overcome those, spasms was breathing. Basically, I just have to breathe. Don't forget to breathe, before the trill and during the trill, especially if it's a long one. and somehow it relaxes my muscles and I can play it successfully.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
But of course, another thing is that, well, you need to preserve the rhythmic structure of a piece, because what happens often with the beginners, that when the trill comes, we simply lose the sense of a rhythmical flow.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would do if I would be beginner, I would learn a piece, or at least play it a few way through without trills, just omitting them for a while. And then when I would be really comfortable with the text, then I would add them. That would preserve the rhythmical structure. And of course, another thing is, as you said, to Vivien earlier, how you accent the trill in order to make it correct. But then another way would be, to not play it so strictly rhythmically. Because, if you will play it in a final version and emphasize each other note, it will sound ridiculously unmusical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would sound artificial.
Yes, so basically what I do with my long trills, that I start slowly and I speed up, and then towards the end I slow down again, and then it becomes no more natural.
Good violinists play like that in Baroque music, so it's good to listen to violin trills and then copy them. Why didn't you tell me about breathing when I was struggling with BACH by list trills?
Well, it was so long time ago that I don't think I had developed my own technique at that time.
Yeah, I wish I had known this advice earlier.
It helps for hand trills. I don't know if that would work for the pedal.
Probably still everything tenses up when you stop breathing. Your ankles too. Yeah, probably would help. So guys, keep breathing when you're playing trills, and practice, of course, slowly at first. Vivien doesn't make a mistake here with practicing slowly at first, when you just first getting the hang of the trill. But when it's more natural to you, then you can apply Ausra's advice too.
Plus, try different fingering sometimes. I would not suggest you to try the fifth and the fourth finger, because it probably wouldn't work. Maybe for you it would, but try the fourth and three. For some people it works, like for me on the tracker organ. If that doesn't work, then try 3-2. Actually, try 3-1. This works sometimes quite nicely, because it's sort of a natural hand position. And even for some people might 1 and 2 work. So it's according to each of our individual nature. So try all these combinations and see what works the best for you.
I even saw in some piano exercise, I think it might have been Hannon, trill doing like this: 1 3 2 3 1 3 2 3 1 3 2 3 1 3 2 3, like this.
Yes, it makes sense.
It's
sometimes.
a romantic
Yes.
technique, not necessarily Baroque. But if you're playing later music, why not? Of course, later music doesn't have many trills.
That's right. And another suggestion, if absolutely some of the drills doesn't work for you and you cannot play them gracefully, then just omit them in your final performance, because really, the drill that is not executed nicely, it can ruin the entire piece.
I agree.
So it's better to do less ornamentation than to do it, not in a graceful manner.
While we are talking about this, would you recommend people starting include ornamentation right from the beginning of learning process or somewhere in the middle?
Well, it depends on how much you struggle with it. Because for people who for whom trills ruin the rhythmical structure of a piece, I would suggest to practice at the beginning the piece without any ornaments. If it's not an issue, then you can add ornaments right away.
Yeah, in music schools, teachers usually omit the trills for quite some times, so students don't get used to them, and then they struggle while adding them just in the final month or so.
Plus, in general, pianists, most of the time, we don't know how to play the ornaments because we don't deal so much with the Baroque music, so we are not as good at reading trills as the organists are.
Yeah, and a good table of ornaments, if you're playing music of jazz Bach, is the beginning of his Klavierbuchlein for Wilhelm Friedemann Bach. This collection, he copied, I think, Frenchman's Danglebert table of ornaments there. So that's why we use French style of ornamentation.
But again, if you are playing other composers such as Buxtehude, for example, then you have to follow with the Italian way of ornamenting.
Yes, starting from the main note, not from the upper note. But there are exceptions, of course. So many things to talk about. Maybe we will leave it for future conversations. Thank you, guys. This was Vidas.
And Usha.
Please send us more of your questions. We love helping you grow. And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.
This podcast is supported by Total Organist, the most comprehensive organ training program online.
It has hundreds of courses, coaching, and practice materials for every area of organ playing. Thousands of instructional videos and PDFs. You will not find more value anywhere else online.
Total Organist helps you to master any piece, perfect your technique, develop your sight reading skills, and improvise or compose your own music, and much, much more.
Sign up and begin your training today at organduo.lt and click on Total Organist. And of course, you will get the first month free too. You can cancel anytime.
If you like our organ music, you can also support us on Patreon and get free CDs.
Find out more at patreon.com/secrets of organ playing.